kick, the bigger the stage, the better he is.
Stringer collects, he rolls it. That would be an absolute ripper.
Stringer, Jake Stringer, 2 in a row bombers.
Jake Stringer, you absolute superstar.
Stringer does cut through. Stringer! Oh.
Jake Stringer, happy birthday to you.
Fair highlight reel, and there's plenty more still to come, and it's dream time at the G on Saturday night, which is a big occasion in and of itself. But Jake Stringer will play game number 200, and he's been good enough to join us on the couch. Jakey, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What do you think when you look at yourself doing those things there? Well, you get a little smile on your face, a little glint in your eye.
Yeah, it was good to look back. Premiership, a couple of good goals there, so that was good.
How much do you put down to your old coach, Gary Lyon?
Yes, under 15s.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where it all started.
Strong disciplinarian, that's what you found from that.
Yeah.
Not much to do with the skills.
No, exactly right. It has been a journey. Just if you had to make an assessment on what your career's been like up for these 199, give us an insight.
It's been a good roller coaster, that's for sure. Enjoyed my time at the Bulldogs, and then obviously that ended, and had to start again at the Essendon Football Club, and they've been amazing for me, and I've loved every season, and it's good now sort of coming to the back end that we're starting to play a really good style of footy, and it's starting to stack up.
Is it fair to say that you're enjoying your footy more now than ever? It looks like that on the field.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say this year especially, I've really found a good groove. It helps having a full pre-season, and then just to be able to get some continuity with the body, and then it just leads into week-on-week training and playing.
What type of coaching gets the best out of you? Not what you like, but what gets the best out of you?
Hard and firm. I like Brad's style. I've just given it away that he's very hard and firm, but I've got a great relationship with him. Also Dale Tapping, who's my line coach. He's been amazing for me, and it's he's been pretty inspirational for me, with the stuff that he's gone through and the battle he's gone through and going through. He's got a big week coming up this week, so a lot of my stuff will be based around him, and making sure I'm supporting him and his family during that.
And that tough love, especially from Brad, was that right from the start? Because there was stories in the paper that he was making it tough for you in the pre-season, or certainly your physical shape before he let you play.
It's always been fair.
Was that from the first time, for that first week you met him, or the first day he took over as the Essendon football coach?
Yeah, we caught up in Williamstown. He said, let's grab a coffee, and we went and had a coffee. I think the first week or second week he got announced as coach, and we went for a walk, and he pretty much laid it out that what he thought he wanted me to be, and where I needed to get better and areas of improvement, and from what the outside looking in, and he just wanted to get an understanding on me and my personality, and we get along really well, and he challenges me every week, and I love that.
Did that take you long to process it though? Did you go home and kick the cat, or did you go no?
No. I walked away very energised and very optimistic about where the club was going to go from that point onwards.
What have you found hardest throughout this footy career? What for you is the hardest thing about it? All the good stuff we see, well paid and profile and all those things. What have you found hardest?
For me, it's just probably, when I've been injured or had something niggling away. I'm a competitor, so I'll go out there and play, and probably doesn't look the greatest, or you don't look the fittest or whatever. But the hub, during that period of time of, I was unfit, I was this and that, I've just come off ankle surgery that I had in Melbourne, had to do quarantine away from the team for 2 weeks, just had a 8-week-old baby as well. And then I also had to leave 2 kids at home as well, so I was away from them for 9 weeks. So trying to process that, and then the media and everything like that, it was pretty hard, year, that sort of COVID and back end of that year, because then you're still trying to catch your tail and prove everyone wrong. And
does it get to you? Do you hear the noise? Do you hear the criticism?
I try not to. You know, I don't have social media or anything like that, but I mean, every Joe Blow down the street can tell you. So you definitely hear it, but you know, I've found new ways in the last sort of year and a half, especially the last 6 months, that have really opened my eyes to some great people. And yeah, I'm in a really good spot at the minute. I'm enjoying my footy and enjoying life.
Sorry, Max, does that involve your faith? And I don't want to go to areas that you don't want us to, but there has been some talk that you've discovered a new religion, and is that the sort of thing you're referring to in terms of helping to deal with some of the stress and pressures?
Yeah. I've got some great friends that are Muslim, and you know, I go down and pray with them, you know, 1 or 2 times a week, and you know, I really enjoy it. But you know, I'm a long way off, you know, going down that path. But I'm just learning, and you know, learning a different way. And yeah, I've got some great mentors in that space that, you know, I'm just trying to discover new ways to be a better person.
So off-field, you're set up well. Great relationship with Brad Scott. Who is it in the locker room that when you're out on the field that would straighten you up, or that you're looking to for reinforcement and for support and, you know, energy in the leadership of Essendon?
Yeah, well, Zach Merritt's obviously the number one.
What is it? What is it about him?
It's just, you know, I'm very close with him personally as well, so it helps. You know, sit with him, Jaden Laverty and Nick Hine pretty much every morning before training. You know, discuss, you know, what's going on that day, and you know, what we need to, how we can support him, but also how he can support us. And I think it shows on the field that, you know, when he's getting tagged, or someone's going to him, I'll be very close to where he's going to try and give him a chop out at any chance I can. That
seems an unlikely connection, but that's developed over the years?
Yeah, it is a very unlikely connection. We're very different, but I think we're sort of that yin and yang. You know, we get along very well. We're very different, but I think we both have great respect for each other.
We saw you a couple of weeks ago, mate, in the centre bounce. Anzac Day, you were fantastic that day, which you haven't done as much of this year. Obviously, you're a talented forward, have great impact there. Where do you feel it as a player you can have the most impact on a game?
Yeah, well, I think the beauty about where we're at now is, you know, we've got Caldwell, Perkins, Durham, still got Parrish, so Hobbs. You know, we've got these young up-and-coming stars. So for me to be able to, you know, sort of pick and choose at the times to go into centre bounce and play forward is a real luxury, because probably, you know, a couple of years ago I was probably going to have to go into majority of them. So it's been a good change to be able to.
So you can call it out there? Like, if you feel the need, the momentum swing against you, you can go in and do a centre bounce?
Yeah, normally by that time, Scotty's got someone down and I'm getting the point from the dugout to go in. So, yeah, I love going into centre bounce. I mean, what forward doesn't like? Yeah. Getting to go up there and try and get a kick for a couple of minutes. Exactly right. Run around for 2 minutes with no one touching you.
Spot on. Well said, Jake.
You mentioned Sam Durham, and we've all been taken with, you know, in the last 18 months, the way he's stood up and carried himself seems to be, you know, the owner of the energy and spirit of the group as much as anyone. Is that the way it feels to you boys?
Yeah, he's just an ultra competitor, and he has been like that since he come in. Country boy, and you know, wears his heart on his sleeve. How he trains is how he plays. He cracks in, and you know, he's getting the reward for that. Played on the wing, you know, start of his AFL journey, and through hard work and you know, a big pre-season, he's found himself in the midfield, and you know, one of the best to do it at the minute. He's, you know, going head to head with Marcus Bontempelli, and you know, going well there. So it just goes to show the scope that, you know, he's got.
You've got a forward group who are capable, so it just doesn't fall on your shoulders anymore. It won't be hard to get a goal the further we go, because you've got some options down there.
No, it's good. It's so exciting, you know, having Langers, you know, really firing the last couple of years, and, you know, finding his feet forward. Big pistol, Peter Wright. I've never seen a bloke get his hands to as many balls as he does. I thought he was going to kick 15 on the weekend. He got his hands to that many.
How good can Harry Jones?
Oh, Harry Jones, he can be a star. I've loved him from literally the minute he walked through the door. He's got such a great energy, such a good kid. And then, you know, we've got our little small fleet of Owen Davey, Gresham coming in, who's been massive for us. And then, you know, normally it's one of the mids who's floating through the other one.
Do you feel more opportunity, more spread, that you can get in more one-on-one contests?
Yeah, definitely. It's so nice to be able to, you know, go down to the forward line and be like, this. You literally look around and go, well, any one of us could, you know, have a day. And, you know, I think you need that, you know, to be a good team. And we're starting to build a great connection as a group. And, you know, we've still got a long way to go, but we feel like we're starting to make some good strides there.
As a player and a coach, I felt like when you weren't contending, Anzac Days and the big occasion of Anzac Day actually had you prepared for when you were a contender to take those opportunities in big games. Do you feel that this group is ready to, you know, whilst it's only a short period into the season, are you ready to face those bigger games and those challenges?
I think that's the beauty of being at a big club like Essendon, Collingwood, Carlton is, you know, we get the Anzac Day, we get Dreamtime this week. Now we've got the King's Eve as well. So it feels like every second week it's, you know, some big game that we're playing in. So in a sense, it feels like it kind of does. But as we all know that, you know, when you get to finals, the pressure ramps up and it goes to another level. It's just whether your system and pressure can stack up.
You've been part of big games and you've been part of the ultimate day. You feel like your system stands up now?
Oh, it's early to say this time of year. The competition at the minute is so even. I mean, you look at the results yesterday with West Coast and Melbourne. Anyone can beat anyone at the minute. It's just
You are harder to play against though now. I think everyone recognises you as you're a tougher team, harder to score against.
Yeah, it feels like we're playing a good brand of footy, but you know, you only got to be off by a small margin to get done from anyone. And you know, we played North yesterday, who, you know, majority of people would say that, you know, it'd be a comfortable win. I mean, their midfield was exceptional. You know, they put us to the sword. They're young guns. You know, I think they smacked us in clearance. So, you know, we know that every week's a bigger challenges the next week. So at the minute we're literally, and as a young group, we've got to take it week by week.
Brad's not shying away from it though, is he? I mean, he's encouraging you all to enjoy the ride, to set your standards really high. So you've won a premiership, you know what's needed. Do you think you got the parts? Has this group got the parts to go deep?
Yeah, I think at the minute, you know, the way we're playing at the minute, it's stacking up against everyone, you know, except for probably the game we played against Port Adelaide, where we played well for 1.5 quarters and then, you know, they blew us out. But I feel like the rest of the time we've played, you know, a really good brand of footy, good system, and it just feels like, you know, we're building in the right direction. But you know, we've got to make sure we're taking it 1 week at a time. But it's good to see the Essendon faithful coming out. They're being loud and proud this year, which has been good.
How much is this Essendon edge in your face as players? Do you walk into the meeting room and there's edge everywhere, or there's knives and swords up everywhere, or what is it?
No, I actually don't know where it's come from, but yeah, we definitely don't talk about no Essendon edge, but it's
definitely play with a greater edge though. The team has.
Yeah, we just play, you know, with. I think there's a fair bit of grit in our team. You know, we like to put our head over the ball and hold ourselves in good stead with that.
Always better to display it than just to talk about it. Jordan Ridley, you hadn't played a game this year, and I would arguably say he's probably been, going into the year, thought he would have been your most important player. What have you seen in his progression that lends you to believe that he can make you better again?
Well, I think Rids just goes, you sort of said it yourself, I think he's a superstar at the game when he's going. I think he had a run around in the twos yesterday. I think he might have had 19 or 20 and a half, and then they rested him. So I think it just goes to show that he'll be back this week. And, you know, if you can add him into a back line that's already been going well, it can only enhance you. So he's one of those interesting ones, though, that can play on a small, dangerous forward, or he can play on a key and lock him down. But he's kicking and marking, like his kick's just exceptional.
Will we see him soon?
I think he's probably
played a half on the weekend.
In the VFL, so I'd be thinking he'd be nearly back this week.
All right, games on the line. We love this more measured, Jakey, the package stringer. I like it. But games on the line, you got the ball, you're 55 out. You still hit a torp every now and then. You're still allowed to go and do that?
No, I got the drop punt Anzac Day from there. So
all right, 65 out.
I'll still drop a torp. So
Make sure you do.
You used
Because
to teach him how to kick a torp.
we love you. We love the fact that you can express yourself out there. We're enjoying what you've done, and unbelievably, 200 games comes around this weekend, mate, and that's a damn hard thing to do. And we congratulate you, and you're on a big stage. It's set up for you. So good luck, and hope it all goes well.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, mate. All the best.
Great to have Jake Stringer in the studio with us. Plenty more still to come. The Saints and the Tigers are under the pressure. They're up next.